So I literally just recorded an entire video and then pressed the stop button when I hadn't finished. My editing skills aren't very great, so I'm just gonna do it again. Okay, basically I did do an update. I'm quickly gonna go through what I got for my birthday because it's probably not that interesting to you, but this is what my parents got me. I hope the writing's not actually backwards for you when I have a look at this, but it's backwards for me. Yeah, called Much Love, photographs by Mark Nixon, and is kind of, you know, photographs like this of like teddy bears and stuff that have been much loved, and it's got their stories and like how old they are and stuff, and their, you know, their backstories. And I mean, look at this one, look at this. That's Bunny and Rabbie, which actually reminds me, this is my bunny, named Favourite Rabbit by my dad, because he was my favourite rabbit. So that's an original name. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, and there's a space in the back of the Much Love book to put your own in, so obviously Favourite Rabbit's going to go in there. He's been with me my whole life. Yeah, and as you can see, he's very, very worn by love. Much loved. I got, what else did I get? Game of Thrones Season 3 from my brother, which was excellent. I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan. Game of Thrones fan. And look, that is a House of Stark necklace that my brother got me last year. Yeah. I got a 2-layer cake tier from my friend Sarah, and lots of cupcake holders, really pretty patterned ones, which was great. And oh yeah, this from my parents as well. It's a candle in a really, really pretty bowl. I got money from my family, and with my money I've bought a few things. I bought a Poe Secret book which hasn't come yet, one of the ones I haven't got. I've bought Madness by Maria Hornbacher. I've read her other book, Wasted, which I would not recommend reading if you're not in a stable position with your recovery, because it's very triggering. It's about anorexia and bulimia. Really, really well written, but not to read if you are in recovery. I don't think it's a good idea. I bought Place Beyond the Pines, very moving, powerful movie. Catching Fire, which is literally one of my favourite movies like ever. I went to cinema to see it like twice, and yeah, I would have gone again, but I resisted, and I'm probably going to watch that because, like, ASAP again, because it makes me cry like 6 times, and it's really moving, and yeah, I just really like it. I mean, I didn't really like the first one that much. Although I like it, I appreciate it more now because I love the second one so much. But this one I found to be absolutely amazing. Secret Life of Bees, very cute and uplifting, also very moving, very powerful. X-Men The Last Stand, because it's the only one that I haven't got in my collection, but now I do. And Restless, a very cute, quirky, and also very powerful and moving film. You can see I like my moving, powerful films, and my films in general. Punkamomo on Tumblr got me The Book Thief, which I really want to read. So that is amazing. I'm really grateful for her for sending me that. Yeah, and then I went shopping today with my money. And what did I get? Let me show you. Trying not to press any buttons this time. I got this pot for 99p from a charity shop, and it's just so pretty. I love it. Oh, just trying to get on my knees. If you're wondering what that thing next to it is, it's one of my art pieces from quite a while ago, and it is a tortured soul. I also got these two from Charity Shop. They're 99p each as well. They've got my spare buttons and jewellery and stuff in there now. They're so cute. Bought myself some flowers because I deserve to have some flowers. And Sia bought me this plant, which apparently blooms into a big purple flower, and this plant as well. So that's really nice because I really wanted some plants in my room anyway to kind of make it feel more homely. And I also bought this rug, which, yeah, is nice. So let's try not press the buttons this time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what I've got for my birthday so far. I've still got some money, and yeah, and I think I've got a few things ordered still, but I'm not sure what they are. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what I ordered. Yeah, so that's the happy update for nice things that I have. I've been in relapse for the past week. Not a very mild relapse either, quite a bad relapse, as regards to eating and also exercising a bit, but not so much the exercising. Basically, I came across an email between somebody who's doing some research on the father-daughter relationship between fathers that have anorexic daughters. He had accidentally forwarded me the entire conversation between them, as he was trying to just send an email to me in regards to their conversation, but just forwarded the whole thing to me. I didn't actually notice it for ages, and then I was going to advertise her project on YouTube, and they'd arranged the interview, blah blah blah. That had obviously happened by phone, and then she asked him a follow-up to ask if he had any afterthoughts, and his afterthoughts were entirely insulting. They were, in a nutshell, basically saying that I've swung to the other side of the pendulum and I am now overeating, compelled to eat, and clearly overweight. And he said a lot of other things as well. He prescribed exactly what weight he thinks is my ideal weight, what weight I should be maintaining and managing. And that weight is actually very, very close to my lowest weight. So he clearly doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. And in fact, he just doesn't have a clue at all. I'm not overweight. Even if I was overweight, he should never have said what he said to her, and he shouldn't have been so ignorant about food and weight in general, about my eating habits in general, about everything really. So obviously that's been really, really just horrendous for me. I actually thought it was my mum who thought that kind of stuff about me rather than my dad. My dad, I thought, was a solid supporter, and I thought he thought that I was doing well. He also said that it's worrying and frustrating because I have such a nice figure at my ideal weight. Basically saying that he thinks, you know, I'm unattractive now, my figure's unattractive, whatever. I've had lots of people come to me and say that I'm slim and that, you know, I look the best I've ever looked now and all this kind of stuff, but it doesn't... it's so nice when people are saying this, but after, in the face of what he said, well, you know how it is. A negative comment always stays longer, and this was literally an entire paragraph about everything, and he basically has voiced what my eating disorder tells me all the time. Kind of, in my brain, making something that is supposed to be fictional because it's an eating disorder saying it, and just being a massive bully, into reality, because my dad actually thinks everything about myself that my eating disorder tells me about myself. So that it's been the most difficult thing I've ever come across in my recovery. If everything pales in comparison, everything has been easy in comparison to this. The good thing that has come out of it is that my mum came to me and said everything that I have wanted her to say about me for 18 months. She never said anything about my body since I've been in recovery and my eating disorder or me or whatever. For some reason I just presumed that meant that I somehow thought that she thinks that I'm fat and that oh my god, I've lost what I was going to say. I thought that because she didn't say anything at all, that she thought that I looked better when I was thinner and sicker, but couldn't say it because I was thinner and sicker, and she knows that. And I don't know why I thought that. I mean, we have had tension with a few things to do with eating. We don't fully agree with each other's views to do with food, but I don't know. Somehow I just thought that she thought that I ate too much. Basically, I thought that she thought everything my dad thinks, and it's not true. It's the other way around, and that just it sucks that it's come to light that she came up and she said, I can see that you're slim and healthy and fit, and I'm not a fattest. I'd just like to say that I think people of all weights are beautiful and great, but I don't know, it was something that was important to me. I thought that she had a negative judgment of my body. I thought she did, and I think that also comes down to the fact that she's thinner than me, and she's shorter than me, and she's smaller boned than me, and so I kind of felt like a giant in comparison to her, and because I negatively compared our bodies, what was negative to me, myself, I thought that she did the same, and I don't really know why I thought that. I don't really know if... I guess it's no one's fault that I thought that, I just did. So, turns out she doesn't actually think anything. And she doesn't think that... She thinks that he's completely ignorant and he has absolutely no idea about my sickness or my recovery. Yeah, so he basically said that I go from one extreme to the other, which isn't true at all, obviously, but he has no fucking idea about anything at all. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm not talking to him. I don't know what to say to him. Ugh, what's going on here? yeah, I don't know what to say to him. I don't have anything to say to him. When I found it, I printed off the email and wrote, "I never want to talk to you again, you ignorant prick," and left it by the kettle and left the house. He came back and found it. And apart from a brief interaction where I told him to learn to use technology before sending his disgusting opinions to me, he then said it's not disgusting, it's just an opinion, which just absolutely pissed me off further, because it sounded like he was just trying to still defend himself, even though yeah. And then I said that I wasn't overweight, blah blah blah, that I didn't overeat, I know exactly how many calories I ate, blah blah blah. And then I left saying, well, you got one thing right, I'm not going to eat anymore. And then I kind of left. And yeah, because he'd said that in the email that he was sure that I would engage in a weight loss program, as if I go on some like fad diet or something. He doesn't understand at all. He doesn't understand anything. He just clearly doesn't understand my illness. At the beginning, he'd said, although Sarah has overcome her anorexic tendencies, she has now seems to have gone the other way and is compelled to eat, or whatever the fuck he was talking about. Anyway, him saying that overcoming my anorexic tendencies, completely undermining the fact that I had anorexia, and just kind of, I don't know, being like, it kind of sounded like he was just saying, oh, you know, she had a little bit of anorexia or something, you know, that kind of attitude. And it just seems absolutely ridiculous that he now, yeah, he said in the email that it seems perverse that he now wants me to lose weight, but he does, basically. But he knows that might spiral out of control, but he thinks that I should manage to my ideal weight, which he has prescribed for me, which is between a certain amount, which is when I was really sick. So that's ridiculous. But yeah, he you know, I don't really know like what to say anymore, like to him or whatever. I don't know how it's going to be fixed. Yeah, he was saying that I yo-yo from one extreme to the other, when actually during my life I've kind of yo-yoed from restriction to from sick to healthy, and then back to sick again, and then back to healthy. But obviously what is healthy for me he sees as being clearly overweight and not managing myself or whatever, and I don't even believe in that anyway. You should be intuitively eating once your hunger signals are reliable, and listening to how, you know, your body when you're hungry and stuff, and eating when you want to eat. You shouldn't ever be managing your weight. It shouldn't be something that you manage. It's something your body manages by itself. And even though I've explained this to him beforehand, I've explained all the kind of stuff about weight set point theory and stuff to him, he still has obviously not grasped that whatsoever. My mum says he is extremely guilty, extremely sorry. He has emailed me to say how sorry he is, and that I am probably right, that he is an ignorant old prick. And yeah, but I sent him back an email just saying exactly how it's affected me now, and how my eating disorder is using his words. It's his voice and his words now, and I've been finding it really hard to eat, that I can't eat in front of him, that I feel self-conscious about my body around him. It's just horrendous. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine how it would feel if it was your father or mother or whatever. So the last 5 days I haven't eaten properly. it's really difficult. But after my mum said everything that I want to hear, that I wanted to hear for so long, I know that it shouldn't be important to me, but it is. And I just felt like a massive weight was lifted for me when she said what she said. So I don't know, I felt a lot more positive after she said that, and I also realised that there's no point sacrificing my life to try and meet somebody's unrealistic expectations of how I should be and how my body should be. So I'm trying really hard to eat again. And it's funny how fast things can go downhill, and I just want to warn you of that, because it can go downhill really, really quickly. And it's been really difficult. I've made the decision, you know, I have to start eating again. I have to get myself back to where I was and try and move forward and do this recovery and keep doing it. So I'm gonna do that. It's been, yeah, as I said, it's really hard, and I also just feel really spaced out, which you can probably tell by the fact that, like, I don't think that even all of this is making sense, and I think I've, like, trailed off with sentences and not gone where I was supposed to go with it. But yeah, I have felt fucking terrible over the last 5 days. Absolutely terrible, and not just emotionally, but not eating. It's horrible. It's so horrible. But then it's so hard to do again once you've stopped. So please don't do that. I have been absolutely exhausted every single day, and I've had little energy peaks when I've eaten small amounts and then got tired again. I am absolutely spaced out as hell. I literally, trailing off, like, not really, like, I'm trying to, like, I was talking to my friend and I was trying to describe the Dark Lands in Lord of the Rings, and I couldn't remember the name. And I managed to remember Mount Doom, but I did not remember Mordor. And that is just, if you know me, like, you'll know, like, I know everything. I know so much about Lord of the Rings, and I just couldn't think of the word. I just couldn't think of the name at all, and I couldn't think of it until I got home. And that was like 6 hours later or something. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. Like, everything is horrible about not eating. So I'm definitely going to eat again, and I bought myself some stuff from Waitrose, and I was eating that, and yeah, I don't know, I'm really hoping that this isn't triggering at all, because I am saying I'm not continuing with this as much as possible. I'm going to get back on track as soon as possible, and I really, really hope that that this isn't triggering, and that it just shows that if you do have a relapse, you can get back from it. If something traumatic and horrific and horrible happens, you can bounce back from it. Well, maybe not bounce, but crawl. And my bloody hair is annoying me, and I'm sorry I'm swearing so much. It's just, I have a lot of feelings. Oh, my back hurts so much. I don't even know why. I think my posture is just absolutely awful anyway. So yeah, I just want to say that although I have been really, really struggling, and I do continue to struggle right now, I am trying to get back on track again. And yeah, just remember, I mean, I find it really difficult sometimes to live up to the expectations of well, I don't know, I guess like I think sometimes that my followers expect me to be like not have my own struggles and be like positive and strong all the time. And I'm trying, I'm really trying. I am really trying. This is the biggest setback I've experienced at all. Like everything is like this in comparison to this, which is like this. This is this is a mountain next to a series of molehills of setbacks. So the fact that I'm actually coming back from this already after 6 days, this is the 6th or 7th day since my birthday. I mean, this happened on my birthday. On my birthday was absolutely ruined, and I was going to have a tea party, which I host every single year, to celebrate my birthday, and I cancelled it because I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the food. I couldn't deal with the fact that it was at my house and my dad might have been there. I just couldn't deal with it in general, and that was supposed to be the day after tomorrow, but I cancelled it. But I might rearrange it. I don't know. I'm just trying to cope with the stuff that he said. This video is getting really long, and I'm really sorry. So yes, I guess the gist is shit thing happened. Shit is happening. Me and my dad are shit. I'm shit, but I am going to not be shit. And I am not going to throw my life away because he's ignorant. He's done the worst thing. And I guess like a little part of me even feels bad for him because although he's ignorant shitbag for saying what he did and even thinking it, even being so narrow-minded to think it, he loves and cares about me so much. I think one of the worst things is actually that me and him have had like a really strong relationship, and I really looked up to him and really trusted him and respected him, and now he's screwed it up. It's even worse than how I feel about myself and how it's affected my eating habits at the moment. The worst thing for me is that I don't know if our relationship is repairable, and I am sure that we will reconcile at some point, but I think that this will always be something that will be lingering in between us. And that's probably the worst thing for it, because he's my dad and I can't get another dad, and I don't want another dad. I just wanted this one to not think and say what he's just said. So yeah, that's probably the worst thing for me. But yeah, I just wanted to explain what's going on with me. I don't want to create this false person that is like super strong and has no struggles and battles and is always awesome and fine, because I'm not this. I mean, I have been pretty good up till now. I've had my struggles, but not like this, and I just wanted to make aware that this is going on, make you aware that this is going on. And but I guess to say I am really strong because I've decided I'm not going to let it ruin my life, because I was fighting a relapse before this happened. The eating disorder was banging on the door. It was banging on the door, and I was going blah 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 blah, shut up, I'm not listening to you, go away, and trying to ignore it, even though it was banging pretty loudly. And basically what my dad has done is walk up to the door and just open it up and say, come on in. So yeah, it's in and now I have to get it out. But the fact that I am going to do that, shows that I am stronger than I think sometimes. So yeah, I've had a short relapse. It's been really shit. I'm going to pull myself out of it. I don't know what's going to happen with me and my dad, how it's going to be sorted. I don't see how it can be sorted, but hopefully there is a way, and hopefully I will find it, because I don't want this to fuck up everything between me and him, even though it pretty much has at the moment. But I'm just hoping that the damage can be slightly stitched up. It will leave a scar, but I'm hoping that the wound can be healed, I guess. Pardon me. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, that's been half an hour of videoing now. So I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Yeah. I was just about to say, I hope you enjoyed this video, but I hope you didn't, because that wouldn't be very nice if you enjoyed it. So, I don't know. Thanks for listening, I guess. And I hope everybody else is fighting their battles too, because as I've said to myself, nothing is worth getting between you and your health, and you and your happiness, and your recovery in general. So keep it up, guys. You guys are so strong, and I'm strong, and even if you don't think you're strong, you are. You just don't know it yet, but you are. You're already strong. So yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. Love to you all.